Hey, it's time to dish with tea. That's me. Hey, I see a lot of the WW YouTubers are jumping ship. Wow. Like I said, I'm not jumping ship yet. You know what? I'm giving them time to rectify this debauchery. If that's what you want to call it. I don't know. Whatever's. I'm giving them a chance because I want somebody to give me a chance. Plus, as I said before, I love the program. So, you know, whether I'm on iTrack Bites or on WW, it's still the same plan. Just a different app. So you're just not giving them your money technically, but you're still using their product. In a sense, their plan. So yeah, I will definitely be doing WW. Just not sure what app yet. I'm still with WW and I will be with WW till at least the end of February. That's when my app is paid for. I should say paid for. What's when it's up for renewal. I'm lifetime. I don't pay for my app. I haven't paid for my app in a year next month. We're going to celebrate a year at Lifetime next month. In a few more weeks, actually. I think it's the middle of January. What a little party. So yeah, I'm still going to bring you the same content. I might not be putting the icons in my thumbnail or maybe the Weight Watchers in the title. I'm going to be calling them a weight loss inspiration, weight loss journey, healthy eating, things like that. Like that's the change you're going to see for right now. I'm just taking their name out of it and it's the same content, same points. I will still be giving the points because I'm still on points. Even if that was iTrack Bites, it'd be bites, which are technically points. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about like the Weight Watchers, you know, always talks about the why. The why's okay. It's weird. Hold on. I'm having issues here. The door was ajar. They were frozen when I came in this morning. Why, you ask? Because it's 33 degrees. 33. And it says icy. Now, it's funny. I didn't know they were frozen because usually when my doors are frozen, the whole car looks like it's frozen. My windows were clear, so that was my first. I'm like, okay. The why. Where was I? Sorry about that. They always focus on the why. That's important, don't get me wrong. But the why becomes immaterial when you're losing weight for those reasons, but not doing it improperly is what I want to say in a small sentence here. Because some people just go gung-ho. You know, my why is I've diabetes, I've high blood pressure, I have heart disease. And those are extremely fabulous reasons, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they're not good reasons. But when you go into the plan, you just attack it and it needs nothing. Like you go down to, you know, and you're not enjoying your food, but it's, oh, well, I'm unhealthy. I have to do this for my blood pressure. I have to do this for my diabetes. Okay. But you also have to enjoy these foods that you're eating. Like if you have not watched any of my cooking videos, and I'm not sure why, you have to, in baking and things that I do, I like to bring in flavors that I love because I like to enjoy my food. If I'm not, and I say this all the time, if I'm not going to enjoy it, I'm not going to want to eat it. So yeah, temporarily you can stay on plan for a few months eating food you're not enjoying and seeing results, and that's what spurs you on. But I'm looking for longevity. I'm looking for after the honeymoon stage is over and you're at that plateau level, because we do plateau at times. How do you keep it up if you're not enjoying your food? You don't. That's why people come and go, because they can't sustain the program eating the foods that they're eating because they're not enjoying them and they're missing everything, and they feel like they're just on this restrictive diet, and technically they are, because they're not enjoying their food, not eating things that they love. It's hard to come, you know, this journey, and in order to fulfill the prophecy of, you know, your journey, that's a really strange way to say it, but you have to work the program, find the recipes that you love and can't live without, and modify them. Let me tell you something. Switching a few ingredients up doesn't change the taste, but affects the calories and points tremendously. Using a lower fat cheese, using half the olive oil, using a lighter butter, or even, an applesauce in a recipe, a baking recipe, can significantly drop the points. It doesn't sacrifice the taste, but we have to sit there, we have to put the work in, we have to do the plan, we have to figure out what that is, how can we modify these recipes, and how can our food taste almost as good as it did. I'm not going to sit there and tell you it's perfection, because it's not, but there's a but there. It's good enough. It's good enough where you're going to be like, yeah, that's it, because it's still good. Is it great? Probably not. I wouldn't say. I'd say pretty good, but I don't know if I'd say great, because let's face it, when everything's made with all those heavy, fat, and laden things, yeah, it's awesome. How do you think we got so big? But I just want to encourage you to, as much as it's about the journey and it's about your why, it's also about sustainability. That's what I was definitely going for, because you put all this work in, and let me tell you something, there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that went into mine anyway, and I didn't want to have to go through it again. And I knew if I didn't do changes that would keep me focused and on the long haul, I'd be bouncing back, because I've done it before. I've lost over 50 pounds on all the Weight Watchers' last 3 programs. Didn't stick with them until I stuck with this one, because I didn't make lifestyle changes. I just did the plan, and I ate all the things that were low in point and that got me there. But were they that good? They were all right, but they weren't craveable. I really have delved into hacking out baked goods and finding fun ways to make pancakes. You think to yourself, they're just pancakes. Yeah, they're just pancakes. But man, the flavors in those pancakes are delicious. My family stares at me going, are you going to make that for us? Why? Because they're good. They smell amazing. I made gingerbread pancakes muffins. I've made eggnog pancake muffins. I've made chocolate pancake muffins, strawberry chocolate chip. Oh my goodness, the possibility. The stuffed French toast. I can't even talk. That's how good it is. And it's really some simple ingredients. It's making pudding mix in with yogurt, stuffed in between French toast. Yeah, that's it. And man, does that taste good. You just have to do the work. Tweak the recipes. Enjoy your food. Enjoy life. Realize that it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take, take a while. You're in it for the long haul. That's the whole idea. You're in it for the long haul. So it doesn't matter how long it takes, because this is the new you. This is the new lifestyle you're choosing. And it doesn't matter if it takes 2 years, 5 years. You're going to get there. And you're going to get there on your terms, on your rules, eating your food. To me, it doesn't get any better than that. It doesn't get any better than that. And if I can sit here and say this, I know you can sit here and say this. But then we have, like I said, you hit those plateaus every once in a while. And people say, how do you get out of that? Well, is it a true plateau? Are you really doing the program? Or are you just kind of modifying it and just doing a maintenance version? Because Weight Watchers, they talked about, maybe it's time, at certain times of the year where you don't focus on weight loss, you just focus on maintenance. And maintenance is just as hard sometimes as weight loss, because you gotta stay at that clip. You gotta sit there, you gotta maintain, and you have to be diligent and not, go a little bit crazy. Because once you hit, your thing, doesn't mean you're done and okay, I'm done. I hit goal, I'm done. I'm going to eat the way I want. It doesn't work that way, because you've created a calorie deficit and you've created a new norm for your body, and you have to keep up with that, because your body will still gain if you go over those calories and points. It will. It's a machine. That's how it functions. So if you've been undercutting it all this time to lose weight, good luck, because you're going to have to eat like a bird for the rest of your life. And that's sad. It's truly sad, because guess what? I'm going to tell you a little bitty secret. That's never going to last. Food's too stinking good. It is. And you're never going to eat like that bird forever. You're going to be sitting there, and then you're going to go ape shit. Yeah, you're going to go ape shit on something, and you're never going to look back, and there goes everything. Because once you get in that mindset, it's tough to get out of it. You get into it, like it's like a tunnel. You can't see left or right. You can only see forward. And you can't see the fact that you've put on this weight and you're eating like a pig. I know I couldn't. And you just don't care. And I don't want you to get into the don't care mode, because when you don't care, bad things happen. Totally bad. So I'm trying to get you to make easier lifestyle changes, see significant, results for a while, and then you'll plateau. As long as you're, keeping on true form, like you're definitely doing the plan, you're definitely, at that deficit, you should, it will start up again. It might take a few weeks, but are you truly at that deficit? Are you snacking that you're not writing down? Are you throwing a few extra things in your pie hole that you're not writing down? Let me tell you something, things add up. You might not think that they do when you're doing it on their own, but add them all up together. Probably have 200 or 300 or 400 calories. Like, wow, I didn't realize that. Especially something like avocado and nuts. I don't really count my avocado. Shouldn't say that out loud. But if I'm having a week where, I maybe gain that week, I'll have to check on how much avocado that I didn't count that I eat. Most times it's not that much, because we don't have that much avocado around. Like, I'm not eating a whole one. That's the bottom line. If I'm not counting, I'm not eating a whole one. It's probably, what I would count for as a point or two. That's all I'm not counting. It's like I'm eating a whole avocado and saying, oh, not counting it. No, it's a small little, it's what I put on my toast. But I feel that's a healthy fat, and I feel that goes into my weeklies that I don't use. But again, I'm not telling you here to do that. Once you get on your maintenance and you decide how you want to handle it, and that's totally your decision. It's not anybody else's but yours. Nobody needs to tell you how, what, or not to count, how much to count it. It's your journey, it's your maintenance. If it's working for you, then it's correct. But if it's not working for you, then there's a problem. Yeah, there's a problem. So that's my spiel. But yes, if you're on a plateau, I just say keep doing what you're doing, as long as you're doing it correctly. Like, if you think you're doing it correctly, but you're really not, like, go back and write down everything that you're eating for a week. And I mean everything. And see if you're truly being honest. Because with me, was always my problem. I was never being honest. I admit that. There's a few things I don't write down. I've always been that way. But I've always also left points in the bank for that occasion. But sometimes even that occasion. Your body's your body. It does what it wants. It has a mind of its own. You can do everything right and it still not work for you. But I always say, do the best you can. Enjoy the food that you're eating. Because I know that if you're not going to enjoy it's like you get tired of the stuff. You get tired of all the, as I call it, diety food. The cauliflower rice, the 2-ingredient dough. I mean, as good as 2-ingredient dough is, it's truly not, in my mind, it's not true dough. It's dense, it's heavy. I like a nice elastic, a nice chewy dough. You don't get that from 2-ingredient dough. While it's delicious, it's definitely very dense. It's very protein heavy because of the yogurt. I myself, for certain things, like a more stretchier, elastic, chewy kind of dough. But that's my preference. And we all have what we like and what we're willing to give up points for. And calories. Remember, everything has calories. It's because it's on the WW plan and 0 points doesn't mean it doesn't have calories. And that's also, if you're having trouble on your plateau, check your 0 point foods. That's huge, because if you're sucking down a lot of things that are calorie dense, like the yogurt. I mean, you said, oh, it's only yogurt. It is, but if you're eating hundreds of calories of it, and I laugh when people yelled at me when I say this, but bananas, if you eat too many bananas, yeah, I think that they're just, some things don't, I might have the sun's in my eyes, just don't help. Same thing with, I guess, too many eggs. I want to say that, but there's this one person who ate a dozen eggs. That's like, if you figure out there's 70 to 80 calories an egg. So if you're eating a dozen eggs for breakfast, that's a lot of calories. So check your 0 point foods. See if you're having way too many of them, because sometimes that could be the problem. And maybe for a week you should count the 0 point foods. See how many points you're eating of that on the side. It's always a good indicator of how you're doing. So if you're definitely struggling with plateauing, check your 0 point foods. Make sure you're tracking honestly. One of my favorite things is honest tracking, because I don't honest track a lot. Well, I do now, but I didn't for a while. And always made a difference when I honest tracked. Surprise. It does make a difference. So those are the things I encourage you to check into if you're having trouble losing. Maybe, oh, there's bread behind the roads. We're going to get a storm this week. Check, maybe you're not moving enough. I'm not one to tell you to go out and exercise. You won't hear that from me because I don't like to exercise. But I like to get more movement in, and I like to up my step count, and I like to do a Leslie. I think one of her 20-minute ones a day will do a wonders for your metabolism. It'll do wonders for your body and your mind and everything. So I highly encourage you to come join us at Glam Squad. We do it every day, Monday through Friday, 2:30 Eastern. We do a Leslie on Zoom. It's always on my Facebook group, the Zoom code. So I highly encourage you to join us. It's a lot of fun. You get to do it with your friends. So we push you and encourage you to keep going because we know how hard, even if it's a walking video, we know how hard it is. Because you know what? I don't sit there and look forward to it. I don't enjoy it. I don't. But I know it's good for me, so I do it anyway. So that's, I encourage you to find what you enjoy. Well, I don't enjoy it, but find what you can do to get you through, and I highly encourage you to do it and try it. So have a great rest of your day. We will dish tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. We're getting a storm here in New Jersey, so I hope we don't get a lot of snow. If you haven't already subscribed, I please encourage you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. If you enjoy these videos, please give them a thumbs up and leave me a comment in the comment section. Have a great day.